How strict is the 6-month passport validity rule for international travel?
Hello, world travelers. Today we're delving into an important topic that can significantly impact your international travel plans, the 6-month passport validity rule. This rule might sound trivial, but neglecting it could potentially disrupt your dream vacation or important business trip.
What is the 6-month passport validity rule?
Before we dig deeper, let's start by explaining what the 6-month passport validity rule is. This rule requires that your passport must be valid for at least 6 months beyond the date of your entry into a foreign country. While it might seem like an extra hurdle, it's primarily a precaution to ensure that you can remain legally in the country, even if your stay extends unexpectedly.
Is the 6-month passport validity rule always strict?
The enforcement of the 6-month passport validity rule varies by country. Some nations enforce this rule very strictly. For example, countries in the Schengen area in Europe, several countries in Asia like China and Indonesia, as well as many others worldwide require at least 6 months of passport validity from your date of entry. On the other hand, there are also countries that require less than 6 months of passport validity, or just validity for the duration of your stay. However, it's important to note that even if a country officially requires less, airlines may refuse boarding or immigration officers may deny entry if your passport is close to its expiry date. This is because they don't want to risk having you stuck in the country if your passport expires.
What should I do to comply with the rule?
Proactive planning is key. Before you travel internationally, check the passport validity requirements of the country you are planning to visit. This information is typically available on the country's embassy or consulate website, or through your national foreign office or Department of State. If your passport does not meet the requirements, it's best to renew your passport well in advance of your intended travel date. Remember, passport renewal can take a few weeks, or even a few months, so give yourself plenty of time. That wraps up our discussion on the 6-month passport validity rule for international travel. Remember, the rule isn't always strictly enforced, but it's always better to err on the side of caution. Plan ahead, check the rules for your destination country, and make sure your passport is up to date. Safe travels!